Hello and welcome to Part-Time to All-Time. This is my long-term Football Manager save, which will see us go from the doldrums of non-league English football all the way to Continental Cup finals. And, of course, there's hopefully going to be a lot of trophies along the way. Football Manager 26 offers us a plethora of teams to go through, but we're going to start off in the National League South. That is very, very local to where I am, but I've chosen a team especially because it has spent a lot of time in this league. This team has been a non-league team for as long as time has existed. To be quite honest with you, they've knocked on the door of the Football League in many times gone by, but have never quite made it. But they have been an absolute stalwart of the 2 or 3 divisions right below the Football League, and they are now in the National League South and have been for quite a long time. This team has been in the National League, or what was known as the Conference back then, since 2007. Yes, 2007. That is a long time ago now, believe it or not. But they were promoted to what is now the National League Premier, what was the Conference Premier back then, in 2010, but they were swiftly relegated back to the South in 2012, and have been there ever since. They have been in the National League South for 13 years, and I think it's about time that we tried to shift them. Yes, this is going to be our save that starts off with Bath City. That's where we're starting for Part-Time to All-Time, and beyond that, we can go wherever we like. So here we are in our new save. We are going to be finding Bath City. I have started this on the 3rd of November. This is when I'm recording it, which is the day before FM actually releases. But I've done that simply because I want to make sure the video is out on FM launch day. FM 26 launches fully at 4 p.m. British time today. And I'm presuming that this video is going out at midday British time. So in 4 hours, you'll have your hands on the game. Or you might have your hands on the game already. It depends. But this series is going to be a long-term one. We are going to be probably not daily on this series because I want to weave in other series and other videos in between it, simply because doing one series can get a little tedious. You know, we want a bit of variety. We are going to load quite a few leagues. The game, from what we've seen, is handling a lot of stuff better than it was previously. So I think it's okay to load a little bit more. The game's running faster. It's okay. We want a vast amount to be playable. I'm not too worried about... I want to keep Australia open. I'm not worried about any of these. I want to keep Scotland open. I really don't want to manage an MLS. We will do a view only on Wales. Has Wales got a women's league? Yes, it has. We are going to keep the women's leagues open as much as possible because I'm not adverse to managing in the women's game. In this save, we can bounce between different things. We just have to temper our expectations because it's not quite there yet in terms of, like, managing Arsenal women is not on a par level with managing Arsenal men as much as we'd like it to be. So we have to temper that in terms of what we expect from the series. So, do we want to manage in the Netherlands? Yes, but we will limit it to the Eredivisie. Same with the top level of Portugal. The total player count, fairly large. Can we increase the database size? And... we're managing Bath City. We have to remember that. So we're not going to be going absolutely nuts here. I think that's fine. I don't think I need the Japanese leagues playable. And the women's leagues, we've got obviously England, France, Germany. Obviously, a lot of them are only at the top league anyway. Italy, Japan was view only. Spain is playable. Sweden is view only. I know Sweden is a fairly big team in the fairly big nation in the women's game, is what I'm trying to say. But we have to be a little bit realistic, I think. But I think we'll leave it at that. I think that's fine. Transfer mode, original. Yeah, because no transfers have happened really, so I don't think we really need to worry about keeping up to date with any transfers that have happened because we are not currently in the transfer window anyway. Aside from that, let's load the database. 49 leagues from 13 nations. This will be a substantial database size, but I'm pretty confident we can handle it. Right then, here we are on our new manager screen. This is the Premier League, and we don't want the Premier League because we're starting from the bottom. So we want the National League South. This is the Enterprise National League South. As you can see, here is Bath City, and they are predicted to finish 15th. Nothing extraordinary. Our finances are okay. As you'd expect with a team at this level, the facilities aren't great, average training facilities, below average use facilities. The good thing is, we do have an owner that's enjoying the life at the club and our finances are okay. I can't imagine at any club at this level you're going to find finances any better than okay. For example, Ebbsfleet are insecure. I believe Maidenhead are also insecure, but you're not going to have any clubs down here saying they're rich because they're not. Quite simply, because they're not here very long if they're rich. Bath City have a notable rivalry with Yeovil Town. Yeovil Town actually are closer to me than Bath City are. Yeovil Town are in the league above, I believe. They're in the National League. Yeah, here are Yeovil. Expected a top half finish. I believe, was it last year or the year before Yeovil were in the same league as Bath? So, it's interesting. But Bath City is where we are going to start our journey. Manager profile. We are going to be going for the base boy. And this is where we start. Local reputation. Bath City are set to appoint Anconia as their new manager. 27, because in real life my birthday was yesterday, but in game my birthday hasn't happened yet, so that's good. Anconia is set to be named as Bath City's new boss, and a move that many expect to see the club injected with a renewed energy, with fans expecting to see attacking, entertaining football, which is what I promised in my manager profile. Driven with a motivational attitude, Konya will join Bath City in a move that will intrigue many within the game, and insiders are confident that his traits are well suited to building the sort of culture expected throughout the club. It's a really cool thing that they've adjusted those opening emails now, because I know they always used to say, he's not very good. It's really surprising that they've taken him on board, but now it's taken into account what you set out your manager to be, whether you're a determined manager, a tactical manager, etc. And it takes that in that email and just sort of plays on that, which is really, really nice. Club vision and expectation. Right. Let's see what the expectation is. Finish mid-table. Be competitive, be competitive. Okay. We have only a 1-year contract. So we have to do that. Work within wage budget, grow the club's reputation, maximum 1-year contracts to players over 32, strive to make progress on and off the pitch. That's such a broad objective. Okay. Tactics. Before we go to tactics, let's look at the first team. As you can see, sometimes it's still a bit buggy. This is day before release, by the way. We'll see. Less than 24 hours now. This is our Bath City squad. Now, because it's a non-league squad, we're not going to be terribly blessed with a deep squad. Let's see, leading regional Premier Division. That's not what we want. Regional Premier Divisions are below this level. Good National League South player. This is what we like to see. Regional. National League South, good. Regional. National League? I believe this player used to play at a high level. Am I correct? Yes, Exeter City and Bristol Rovers. He is an ex-league player and has played in the Scottish Premiership. Okay. He is a man with some experience. We love that. You. No coach report? You've got to be kidding. I was going to say, current ability 4.5 stars on a channel midfielder. He is good. He is good. We got him in a free from Plymouth. Okay. He's good. We like him. We have good midfield. Your regional, cool. Your regional. Your regional. Your regional. You're good. So, the moral of the story is he's actually scored a fair amount of goals in the past few seasons, but moral of the story is our best players are fairly old. And we've got a lot of players that are not up to this level of football, according to our assistant manager, which is not great. In this video, we're probably only going to do a maximum of 1 game, even if we get there. This is more the intro video to the series, because this is the first time I've done a very, very big... I don't want to do the introduction. I've done this actually a couple of times now. Please don't do that to me. Decline, decline, decline. It's the first time doing a really, really long... Okay. I get it. Let's just do the tactics. This is my first time doing a long save, and I'm hoping it's... Oh, no. Oh, boy. Right, so we have to take into account that we are playing in non-league football. That means we are not going to have exactly the effect on the game that we'd like when playing something like a tiki-taka. And the players aren't going to have the fitness to do a gegenpress because they're part-time. So that's why it's recommending Route 1 direct counter-attack, park the bus. I, over my dead body, will be doing park the bus, so that's out of the question. A direct counter-attack or a fluid counter-attack? Well, looking at the quality in our central midfield from those players, I don't think we really want to be playing direct, I'll be honest. We don't have good wingers, so wing play's out of the question. Let's try a fluid counter-attack as our main option. Now, the problem with every single one of these formations, bar this one, is that we don't have wingers. But I want wingers. But arguably, this is the best formation. But it's recommending these. I want to go with a 4-3-3 because I want a bit more strength in our defense. Out of possession, I think we want... Oh, can anyone push up to play that shadow role? We'll see. We will do 4-1-4-1 for now. Right. What are we looking at here? I hardly ever do this, but I'm going to get quick pick to pick an entire team without all goodness. So this is our best player, and there you would be playing him out of position. I'm not a big fan of playing our best player out of position like that, so I'm going to say he goes there. He wants to be a channel midfielder. The art of making this work is going to be the art of basically giving him the roles they want to an extent. We really, really need wingers. Like, desperate. He's got a lot of potential. Leading National League player. He's got a lot of potential. We want to find a place for him in the team. How long is he injured for? Yeah, no place in the team for him. 14 to 15 months with a torn ACL. That's a good start. That's a good start. That's an excellent start. We love a start like that, don't we? Yeah. What's your preferred? Channel forward, deep line forward. Oh. But why? I mean, you can play a poacher. I would prefer a... Okay, you can be an outlet centre forward, that's fine. You're going to have to play there, which I really don't like. Winger. You can't play any of that. You can, which is nice. We don't need an outlet because the forward's going to be the outlet. And then you can be a winger. You are wide covering central midfield. Oh, let's put you on a central midfielder role. And then we don't want you as an attacking midfielder. You can be the midfield playmaker because he's a channel midfielder. You're happy with your DM, which I think I'm going to make you a dropping defensive midfielder because then you will drop back in. Ooh, look at all the green lines. I love green lines. That says I'm doing things right. Mr. Green Slade. I don't like fullbacks at this level. Wingbacks at this level. I'll be perfectly honest. But you like being a fullback, but you like being a wingback better. Okay. What if we say... I don't think anyone can play ball-playing centre-back sensibly at this level. You can be a no-nonsense. Centre-back. This guy's good. We like this guy. Very good centre-back. For this level. I really want to play this guy as an inside wing-back, which means he'll move into midfield in possession. We don't need to overcomplicate things here, I don't think. This is non-league. We have to take that into account and we have to keep that in mind. This is non-league. Anyway, that's what we look like as a team right now. Let's take a look at our budgets. It's going to be non-existent. We have £400 available and no transfer budget. Also, because I'm starting this in the beta, but it would have been done like this anyway, no editor. There's no way of getting around this. We have got very, very, very strict set outlines that we can do. And there's not much we can do about that. What is the state of our staff? Because that's another thing that can tend to be a bit thin. 3 vacant roles. We have 1 scout. We have a coaching place available. What is my coaching team made up of? Player/goalkeeper. Oh no. We don't have a coach. We only have a goalkeeping coach. Well, we're going to have to fix that. We have a head of sports science when we shouldn't have one. Always good. And we have no chief scout, no director of football. Oh boy, I've got work to do. I'll be back in a second when I've sorted out this mess. So, I have blasted through some simulate instant result friendlies, and this is actually the last friendly. I wanted to come back for this one just before we crack into the season, because we will do the first game of the season in the next video. But we haven't actually made any transfers yet. I've tried to be sorting out the staff. I've been trying to get a few scouting reports in. My main concentration is getting someone to play on the left here. I had one person that I was interested in, but they've ended up signing for Cheshire United. So that's not ideal. The depth of the squad is non-existent, but we have lost 1 friendly so far, including in that run a 2-0 win against Sutton United, who are a league above us. So that's a pretty good result. I've not actually seen this in the match engine yet. So this is going to be interesting. This series is, as I mentioned, not going to be daily because I want to weave in certain different things. Obviously, now we've got the women's leagues in the game. I might do a little more of a longer term women's save. This is what our stadium looks like, by the way, I think. A little bit of a longer term save for the women's side of things, because I think that'd be quite cool, to be quite honest with you. I just realised we're on a cautious mentality. I don't like that, but I'm not sure we have good enough players to be adapting that right now. So, and we are against Hartlepool. So I may look in running it won't be as long a term save as this, because this is a full journeyman save. This could be a 15-20 season save. If the lowest I can go with the women's game is the second tier of the women's game in somewhere like Sweden, Spain, or England. And that is nowhere going to be near as long term as this save is when we're starting out in the 6th tier of English football. However, I'm interested to see what comes in the future, because I'm wondering if we will get database expansions when people get their hands on the game fully and have time to do things. Because if we do go a couple of leagues down, I do have ideas for stuff we could do, especially in the women's side of things, which I think would be quite fun. I've got ideas brewing, and there's also very, very short term, or maybe 1, 2, 3 video saves that I want to do. Saves of certain teams, like maybe thinking of like saving Sheffield Wednesday, who are in administration at the moment. And people like that, like Wolves, for example, haven't won a game in the Premier League yet and just sacked Vitor Pereira, so that could be another really cool thing to do. Also, these match stats are both in white. That is terrible. That must change. Anyway, another reason why I've also decided to start this long-term save on the beta is because there is not going to be a major patch for the beta as soon as it launches. For FM as soon as it launches. That's going to come in... I can't remember exactly when they said, but it's not going to be... There's not going to be an immediate patch. The FM we see now, bar the removal of Paul Portberg, and this is a beta, is going to be the FM we see at launch. Which, although it's not perfect, it's much better than it was. Much, much better. Let's see if working the ball into the box actually works. We are having a good bit of the match here, though. But look out for different saves across this channel, because this certainly won't be the only save running at the same time. And I'm enjoying FM so much that I want to do more stuff. What a shot! Oh, he's hit the bar! Oh, Jenkinson Davies! Our best player, arguably. And he's put it in the net. He's only 20 years old. This guy could be huge for us later down the line. We have to remember that. He's 20 years old. He's got 4.5 stars ability right now. And he could be worth a lot of money later down the line. In terms of rules for this save especially, this is journeyman, but we have no commitment as such to Bat City. That's just where we'd started out. We can move clubs. I want to try and stick to a more like, this is a financially good move for me as like, you know, what I do in real life. Like if someone offers me, I don't know, $1,000 a week, and here I am on like 100 quid a week, and then I'm like, well, of course I'm gonna go. So anything that furthers my career as well is pretty huge, and that's what we will be trying to get hold of in this save. We want to get up there, and the save will go as long as it takes us to get to the top echelons of the game. And we have to remember that we're starting out with nothing. We don't have qualifications. We don't have what we need, and we're going to have to go to boards of clubs that we are manager of and say, I want to get a qualification. I want to get my Continental C or National A or whatever, you know, whatever may come. So we've got to keep an eye on that too, while also managing the club that we're at. But I can imagine we're going to be at Bath City for a few seasons. But we're 1-0 up. This game's looked promising. That's a good shot, but it's gone just over the bar. And this stadium is quite nice. It's a little cool non-league football stadium. I love this. It's quite the change, because I've done my own little a save in my own time with a League 2 club. And I've obviously done the Arsenal Women's Beta save. So I've been in a fairly big grounds. This is my first time being at the really small grounds. There's a couple of small grounds in the WSL that were quite cute. I like this ground. This is our home ground, and I'm quite liking it. We need to make some substitutions, because my goodness. I am babbling on here, And my players are looking at me saying, I'm tired, I need to rest. We don't really have any options out there, which is worrying me. I'm going to protect Jenkins, because Jenkins is going to be a very critical part of our season. That's for sure. And then bring Fisher on. Bring... Why is everything paused in the background? Okay, no, it's just leading me on a little bit. What else have we got available here? Tomlinson, the Parcell. Mabika? Can you play there? Oh. Not good. Not good. Not good. It's what we've got. It's all we've got. Right, get them on. For the last 15 minutes of this game. I know I haven't commentated this much. It's Hartlepool in possession in our half. Finding a way through, can they? No. Batten managed to get away. Fisher finding Beardmore. Beardmore and out to Mabika. Mabika on the right-hand side. Running down that right-hand side with all of his silver stars available to him. Wow, he's beating his man well. Let's find themselves in the penalty area. Fisher, and that's 2-0. Is Mabika the winger I've been looking for? Because my goodness me, that run was good. That was a very impressive... He nutmegs! He nutmegs him! Oh, Hartlepool's number 27 and their number 3 have got nutmegged by Mabika there. I'm keeping my eye on you, mister. Because silver stars didn't mean anything there. You just pulled off a hell of a run. You are definitely going to feature at some point over the season. Because we can't also make sweeping transfers because we just don't have the money to. That's another thing. We're starting this low in the game. There just isn't... We haven't got the financial muscle to just say, right, okay, I need 5 players. They're going to improve this squad and we're going to win the league easily. That's not how this is going to go. But we've just beat Hartlepool 2-0. Which is excellent. And I hate it when the game stutters like that because I'm petrified it's going to crash. But it's fine. Here we are. We made it out alive. That is a blooming good result. Let's just remind ourselves where Hartlepool play their football. They play their football in the National League. With the likes of Forest Green Rovers and Yeovil and... Gateshead and Halifax, Morecambe, Scunthorpe, Southend. A lot of these teams have played league football before. Us, Humble Bath City, have not. 2-0. 2 opponents in the league above that we've beaten 2-0 in this pre-season. That's good. That's really good. But now is time to put the big boy pants on because... the next game is Worthing in the league away, and Worthing are one of the favourites to get to the playoffs this season, if not win the league. So that is not going to be an easy game. So I think we will come back for Worthing and Dover Athletic, our first game and our first home game, and we will see where the land lies. I will hopefully, maybe, have got another left winger in by then, but... That's par for the course. At least we can say we're top of the league right now, right? Let's hope we can say that again at some point in the season. Anyway, I will try and get some transfers done and we will be back for the kickoff of our National League South season against Worthing in the next video. If you've liked this and are excited for the up-and-coming series, our part-time to all-time Road to Glory series, then make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and you will be notified of every single one of these videos that comes out, along with any other series that might be coming out too. Also, give it a like if you've enjoyed this video. I know it's been a slow start because, you know, admin, but we're going to get really into these games now and we're going to try and take Bath City at least to the National League, maybe even the Football League. We'll have to see how far we go. I got no idea how hard this is going to be. This is a whole new Football Manager experience, and I have no idea how hard this is going to be, but I'm looking forward to it. Give it a like if you're looking forward to it too. And let me know down in the comments, who is your first save going to be on Football Manager 26? Who are you using to birth this new Football Manager and this new experience that we are all going through in this new era for SI and Football Manager. Whether it be good or bad, that is personal perspective. We will see, won't we? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.